Hey, what's up tennis fans? I'm James Waterson, and in today's Tennis Now Countdown show, we're going to showcase the 5 best tennis games in the history of pretty much everything. Since the early days of gaming, developers have tried to emulate tennis, some with more success than others. But our top picks have found a way to either make the sport fun, or accurately recreate the feel of the sport. So without further ado, let's go into our list of the 5 best tennis games ever. And at number 5, Mario Tennis 64. This one is actually our only non-simulation entry in our list. Mario Tennis was cool because you could finally see who would win in a singles match between Mario and Bowser, which I know is something people have debated since the days of the original Nintendo. The game featured an impressive cast, including Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Bowser, and Donkey Kong. There are a variety of styles in the game. For example, Mario was an all-around player, while Bowser, Wario, and Donkey Kong were your power guys. You could even choose a variety of different court surfaces, all of which actually played differently. You could also hit slices, topspin shots, and lobs, so it added a strategic element as well. That's all great and all, but the real reason this game belongs in our list is simply because it was so much fun to play with friends in the tournament mode. At number 4, Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament 2. This game provided a great counterbalance to the more arcadish Virtua Tennis series, as it could be considered much more of a simulation than the Dreamcast's games. It featured many of the game's top players at the time, such as Andy Roddick, Murat Safin, Tim Henman, Justine Henin, Lindsay Davenport, and so on. You could jump immediately into a match via exhibition mode, or you could create your own player and compete in the game's incredibly deep career mode. The gameplay was nuanced, which was appreciated by many tennis fans, such as myself. Of all the games on the list, this game had the coolest unlockable of them all. There were 4 unlockable players from the Tekken and Soul Calibur series. Good show, Namco. Number 3, Virtua Tennis 2. Released in 2001, Virtua Tennis 2 was a massive improvement on the original Virtua Tennis, which set the standard for modern tennis games. This game was easy to play but difficult to master. It featured all of the standard modes, but it really shined in the World Tour mode. You started with the smaller tournaments, and with some success, you worked your way up the rankings. You improved your player with a series of cool mini-games. One of the best was a bowling game you played to train your serve. Once you reached the top, the ultimate test of the game was when you took on King, who made me pull out my hair because of how impossible he was to beat. But the feeling of satisfaction I got after beating him made it all worth it. At number 2, Jimmy Connors Pro Tennis Tour. I admit I may be a little biased in putting this at number 2. This was the first tennis game I ever played back in the golden age of the Super Nintendo. It was released in 1993 and it featured Jimmy himself as well as a variety of court surfaces and different players of different styles. Of course, you had singles, doubles, and the standard game modes, including a career mode. The career was based on a month-to-month basis with a number of tournaments played in each week. At the end of each month, the game gave you a password you had to write down because it didn't have a save function. As far as gameplay goes, serving was quite fun because a cursor would appear on the service box, which allowed you to be a little bit more precise. The D-pad was used for placing shots, and the AI was intelligent enough to force the player to take a more tactical approach. It may have come out a long time ago, but I still set aside some time from Skyrim and Assassin's Creed to play a few matches. And at the top of our list, Topspin 4. Yes, of course, Topspin 4 has the advantage of being the most recent game in this list, but it successfully brings together great presentation, strategic gameplay, and a fun career mode. Released last year, the game has Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Serena Williams, Caroline Wozniacki, as well as Boris Becker, Ivan Lendl, and Pete Sampras. There are 2 things that I find impressive in this title. One, for the most part, the players behave as they should, or at least they play to their strengths. I was stunned when I was playing Federer, for example, and he ran around a mid-court backhand to burn a forehand winner past me. I thought that was awesome. The second thing is, if you're smart about it, you can actually make a serve and volley character successful. On that point, players will make mistakes, and if you're using a good server, you can actually hit aces, which is something you don't necessarily see in other titles. The character creation is robust as well. Just for fun, I wanted to see how a left-handed Juan Martín del Potro would fare against the best players in the world, and the answer? Pretty much unstoppable. Also, he actually turned out to be pretty much a male version of Petra Kvitova, so go figure. And that'll do it from us. Make sure to check us out at tennisnow.com to stay up to date on what's going on in tennis, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for up-to-the-minute news updates. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel to see when we put up new content. As always, thank you for watching, and have a good day.